Greetings and welcome to the Well at Surf City, the worldwide well. I'm Dave Householder and I am blessed to be your Bible teacher. Take your Bible if you would, whether that's on a tablet or on a phone or you got a paper Bible like mine, and turn to Genesis 39 for a story which is going to encourage you in this difficult time. Because we're going through a rough year in 2020. There's all kinds of hilarious memes out there about what this year has brought us. Everything from hurricanes to fires up and down the West Coast to pandemics to, fill in the blank. But chapter 39 here is a story about Joseph and how he reacts to a situation even worse than the one we're going through. And it's not our circumstances, it's how we react to our circumstances that makes all of the difference. And Joseph is the poster child for that. You might have been introduced to Joseph with Donny Osmond playing the role of Joseph in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat musical. But he was the favorite of his father. Things were going great. I mean, if you're the favorite of your father with a bunch of brothers and your father's kind of wealthy, you're in a pretty good position. But his brothers hated him so much that they decided to kill him. And then they thought about it, it's probably more profitable to sell him into slavery. So that's what they did. They threw him in a pit, waited for some people to come by, sold him into slavery, and the person who ended up buying Joseph was a guy named Potiphar, and Potiphar and his wife were wealthy Egyptians. So there was Joseph, and he could have been very resentful. He could have spent the rest of his life saying, woulda, coulda, shoulda, I was the favorite, but look at me now, I'm a slave. No, he decided he was going to serve Potiphar in the situation where he was, bloom where he was planted, turn lemons into lemonade, and he just set about organizing the household. And look what it says here. Verse 6, so Potiphar gave Joseph complete administrative responsibility over everything he owned. With Joseph there, he didn't have a worry in the world except to decide what he wanted to eat. So basically, he took responsibility, and with responsibility, he was given authority over the entire household, and he thrived. Very often when we're in a tough situation, we don't see the opportunities that are there, and we don't move forward and take advantage of those opportunities. When COVID hit, I thought, I'm going to learn how to teach on video. I had no idea how to do that, and I'm still learning how to do it. But I thought, hey, and it's worked really well. Some of our videos here go out to 2,000 or 3,000 people by the time they've made their run. And we're very excited about that. We weren't reaching nearly that many people before that. So in any bad situation, there's often an opportunity to do something great. So things got worse, though, because Potiphar's wife had a crush on Joseph and wanted to go to bed with him. And he wouldn't do it. And she got frustrated and finally tried to drag him into bed. And he said no, and he pulled away, and she pulled his shirt off and yelled out saying he tried to rape me. Well, what happens when you attempt rape to a rich woman anywhere in the world? You go to jail. And he did. So he ended up, for the second time, in a really lousy situation. But once again, here he is in jail, and he did the best he could there. The Lord was with Joseph there too, and he granted Joseph favor with the chief jailer. Before long, the jailer put Joseph in charge of all the other prisoners and over everything that happened in the prison. The chief jailer had no more worries after that because Joseph took care of everything. And the Lord was with him, making everything run smoothly and successfully. And eventually this led to being able to be in front of the Pharaoh, using one of his gifts, dream interpretation, and becoming second in power of the entire country. And so what's the lesson for us? We have a choice of either complaining about what happens when bad things happen, and bad things will happen. And it's the narrative we create around the bad things. It's not the bad things themselves. The bad things are just things. They're neither bad nor good. We call them bad or good. And next thing you know, that creates the narrative around which we live our lives. So what narrative, what story are you creating around what's happening? You can say, well, hey, this bad thing is happening, but nevertheless, I decided to take advantage of that and change direction in my life, and here I am. The world is full of stories of people of faith who've made great things come out of difficult things. So that's the good news for today. Be like Joseph. Make good things come out of bad things. And he didn't have the advantage of this wonderful verse in the New Testament, Romans 8:28, that says, all things, good and bad, work for the good of those who love the Lord. Fantastic verse. Let that sink into your heart. Let that determine and help write your narrative. If you're in a tough spot right now, don't be in denial about it. It's real. but write a good comeback narrative around it, a nevertheless narrative. That's the good news for today, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.